everybody, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Terry, also known as the Inspired Planner, and today we are going to decorate and dress up our envelopes to send out the cards that we made last week. Hey friends, all right, so we are going to have a little bit of fun today decorating our envelopes. Usually this is something I do when I have some extra time because I think it just makes receiving the cards that I'm sending a little bit more personal and also a little bit more fun. So I thought I would just grab a few envelopes today and jump right into that. Now I do have several different style of cards. These are the cards that I made most recently, which are from our Sage Serenity kit, which is absolutely gorgeous. So one of the things that I like to do that I think just makes it really pretty right off the get-go is to cover the flap, the outside flap that is on the back side of the envelope. So I'm just going to find some paper that is big enough. And this one is. Now you can either do it as one single section or you can rip it and put it down that way. I usually pick the prettiest side that I think will be absolutely gorgeous. And then I just put it down and really just snip it around. So we're gonna do that. I like to put my adhesive for this directly on the envelope. So that's what I'm gonna do. I had to change adhesive, so I might have to go over this a couple of times just to make sure that, there it is, that it's actually applying to that. Sometimes it's hard to see when it's white on white. I find that it's much easier to see off of the deco papers and the ones that are a little bit in color. And then what I do is just literally line it up right up against the edge here, wherever I want that to fall in place. And then I just press it down. Make sure it's exactly where I want it to be. And then when you turn it over, all you have to do is trim right around the envelope, right there. So easy, easy peasy. And I am gonna just cut this around using it as a template. And then when I go to seal these, I also usually put some washi tape over the flap once it's closed. That's just another little something that I like to do just to make sure that the flap stays shut. But it doesn't affect the adhesive on the flap at all when you do this, so you still should be able to seal these however you normally would. All right, so that is one way. Isn't that pretty? Like it just adds a little something. So now when they go to open it, they're gonna see this beautiful little bit of color here, and then when they pull out the card and it matches, it's just something that's really sweet, I think. So you can do that. You can also, if you wanted to, you could decorate the front somehow with a sticker. Sometimes I'll put a sticker, sometimes I'll just put a little piece of washi tape. It just depends on what I have going on. Let me see if I have any little stickers in here still. I may have used them all the other day. Let me see. Oh, no, I do have a few. So let's go ahead and put this sweet little bird on here. And I'm just going to put it right down here at the bottom. And that way I still have room for my address label and also the person that I'm sending it to. So that's really easy, an easy way to also use up some of that deco paper that you have, but also make an adorable little envelope. So I think I'm going to make a few more of these just because I have some paper here that's left over. Let me see what pieces I have. I have any scraps. I think I already kind of looked at this one and it's not really the right size, so I'm going to save that for something else. But let me just cut a little piece of this off and we'll make one more envelope like this. And I'm just going to kind of, actually I could probably, if I was really careful, let's see how careful I can be. That's the question. I'm gonna actually cut it exactly the right size I think that I need. And then I'll only have to trim up the edges, which would be really nice. And also if it's not perfect, like that's okay too, right? We're not gonna stress about that at all. So I'm gonna open this up again, remember, and then I'm just gonna put all of my adhesive right to the flap of the envelope. Just like that. And if you find when you put it down, you need to put a little bit more adhesive, just lift it up a little bit and put that on there. And I'm going to use the wood grain one for this one because I like that. I just like that side. I'm going to line it up very carefully. Kind of remember to hold the back up a little bit and just kind of let it guide itself into place and then press it down. And if it's not perfect, don't sweat that. Don't worry about it because it's still going to be super cute. Then I'm just going to cut the sides here off. A little snip, snip. And we'll switch this around and do the other side. And then I also have, I mentioned that I do use some washi tape with these. So I did bring out the sunflower washi tape. Scissors are stuck to my hand. So once I seal this, I would put some sunflower washi tape right up against there just to make sure that it stays in place as well. And then let's grab another little sticker real quick and let's do this little hedgehog. And we'll just put that one right there. So that's a good idea of how you can make some envelopes. Like I said, you can also use washi tape. You can also use stamps if you have them. And I've got some stencils too. So let's use the stencil first. So this one that I have is our spring garden gnome. It has flowers, mushrooms, hearts, and then different ways that you can make a gnome on here. But what I thought would be fun, especially for these sage cards, is to do a little flower cluster over here in the bottom. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace that out with my Tombow marker. Now you could trace this in a different solid first if you wanted to. If you wanted to make it different colors. I do like my envelopes to be fun, but I also just kind of like them to kind of be like tone on tone. I don't necessarily, I wouldn't spend a ton of time making this lots of different colors because I just don't feel like that's necessary. But that's just me. You could totally take your time and make this lots more different colors. All right, then I'm going to go ahead and take the lighter one and I'm just going to kind of nest it on here, but I'm not going to over color where I've already colored. So this one I'm going to be a little more careful with and just kind of make sure that I'm not blending my colors because that's not what I want to do. But I do want to get close to them. And then what I'll do is I'll go back in and fill that in. So now I'll just come over and go like this and fill that in. So it's still there. It's just not in the way. And then we'll color this side down like that. So there we have a nice little cluster of flowers, and that's pretty easy to do. You can also put some like stickle dots on there if you want to, because it'll still go through the machine. It's just, it'll be flat. But I've seen lots of greeting cards and things that have like things on the outside that you can get from Hallmark and things like that. So you could put a little bit of stickles on there. And then you've got a super cute little stencil of flowers going on. So that's one option as well. And then I also have a stencil here that has a coffee cup on it because my group on Facebook is Coffee and Creative Planners. And so I just think that that's a super fun way to kind of have everybody enjoy some coffee. So what I'm going to do with this one is just trace the whole thing in lavender first. And then I'm going to go back in with the darker sage. And I'm just going to trace the part that would be like the cozy part of the coffee. And then I'm going to take my stencil and I'm going to find a little bit of a square, kind of like a square line, and I'm just going to connect to them like that. Easy peasy. Now I've got a coffee cup, I've got a little cozy there. I'm going to go ahead and color in my coffee cup. Now I probably I'm going to use the brush. I think it'll be a little bit easier because then you can just kind of go back and forth. Gives it a little more fluent look when you're coloring. And it's also a little bit easier. And then I am going to take my washi tape, and this part I think is kind of fun. I just need to find the end. So there's that big square there for the coffee, right? So what I'm gonna do is put my sunflower washi tape right there, and I'm gonna take the end of my stencil and line it up where it should be, and then just make it the same as the coffee cup, but with a little pop of personality like that, except I think I can probably do a better job. So let me put this back down. Got a little too close on that one, I think. Let me put this one here. There we go. And now you have a cute little coffee cup with a little bit of washi tape on there too, which is always super fun. And then last but not least, I have some stamps and some ink. One of the other things that I absolutely love is paw prints. And everybody that knows me knows that. So it would not be unheard of for me to put some paw prints kind of like all over the envelope. And so I'm just going to do this in a way where it looks like that they're kind of walking up the back side of the envelope. And that way it's not sealed yet. I can still open it and I can still, oh, this is so cute. Look how cute that is. And then I've got two little paw prints here on the front. So that's just a fun little grouping of ways that you can decorate or dress up your envelopes. So I'll go ahead and show you them again. So this would be ink and stamps. If you have any of those lying around, they are always easy, quick, and it doesn't take very long for them to dry. You could do a stencil with some washi tape. You could do a stencil and add some stickles to it. And then you can also do just a simple sticker on the front and or decorate the flap with some leftover deco paper that you may or may not have. So thank you guys so much for watching me. If this inspired you, I hope that you will try your hand at decorating your own envelopes before you send your cards out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you think somebody else would love this video, please share it out. Have a great day, everybody.